Many have been wondering whether Russia will resort to nuclear weapons if its invasion of Ukraine doesn't go as planned. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan explains how the U.S. plans to prevent a possible nuclear war. NTD's Jason Perry has that story.
To address these growing dangers.
Daryl Kimball of the Arms Control Association cited a recent YouTube poll in which people were asked what they thought might be the major causes of the potential end of life on Earth.
What was the highest ranking topic? It was nuclear weapons and nuclear war.
And in an effort to prevent a possible nuclear war, the United States and Russia in 2010 entered into the New START Treaty. It required a certain amount of transparency on nuclear data between the two countries and also allowed for inspections of their nuclear weapons. It also set limits on the number of nuclear weapons each country could have. But in February 2023, Russian President Vladimir Putin said Russia would no longer participate in that treaty. And soon after, Russia began the transfer of tactical nuclear weapons to Belarus. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan explained the situation.
And today, we now stand at what our president would call an inflection point in our nuclear stability and security. A point that demands new strategies for achieving the same goal we've held since the Cold War: reduce the risk of nuclear conflict.
And he said the U.S. doesn't need more nuclear arms to deter a nuclear war.
We're investing in cutting-edge, non-nuclear capabilities that will help sustain our military advantage for decades to come. Capabilities like conventionally armed hypersonic missiles that can reach heavily defended high-value targets, and capabilities like new space and cyberspace tools that will help the United States retain its advantage across every domain.
And Russia is not the only potential nuclear threat. The Pentagon says the Chinese regime is likely to more than triple its nuclear arsenal to 1,500 warheads by 2035. But neither Russia nor China have been willing to have discussions with the United States about nuclear weapons.
We have stated our willingness to engage in bilateral arms control discussions with Russia and with China without preconditions. And before I jump into this, let me just step back and say that without preconditions does not mean without accountability. We'll still hold nuclear powers accountable for reckless behavior, and we'll still hold our adversaries and competitors responsible for upholding nuclear agreements.
Sullivan also said they are working to modernize NATO's nuclear capabilities, such as certifying F-35 aircraft to be able to deliver modern nuclear gravity bombs. Jason Perry, NTD News.